everyone. Welcome to our first live recorded episode of Dude Soup of 2020. The others were recorded in advance. We're very sorry.
That's not true.
Except for the one we did last week. But all the others, yes.
There was one recorded last week also, you're correct. This is a Dude Soup and it is 2020 and we have guests. Roll the intro. There we go.
They've got it. Not like our show.
You just leave that first part in.
Absolutely. Absolutely leave the stage.
Is that a printout of the cover of Flubber?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Next question.
I wanted to say no, but I can't see what you're looking at.
It 100% is. Yeah.
Ulysse, is that just like a different language, or is that?
Well,
like
it's a reference to one of the videos we did where Elise, she sneezed, and our editor made it appear as though some snot came out of her, but then the snot came back as Goolise, kind of like Gooigi from Luigi's Mansion 3, which was a talking snot version of her. And a fan saw it and thought, oh, this reminds me of Flubber. And so they made a poster.
There's a lot of references.
It's lore.
It's a lot of lore. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm Alana. That's James. We have two guests today. This is Ethan, and that's Mark.
Hey.
You may know them as Crank Gameplays. You always wince a little anytime anyone says that, so I just wanted to wait for it. And Markiplier.
So subconscious. I'm proud of my name.
Yeah.
It's got power.
I'm fine with my name. It's just my intro that I used to do. I don't.
Oh, what was your intro? You don't want to do it?
No.
I will make you do it.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I started it when I was 15, and then I just became the intro, and now I don't really do the intro anymore. I just start videos.
I know there was a period of time on YouTube Gaming when people had 15-second animated intros.
Yeah.
Why?
I had an animated intro. My dad made it for me.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why you're insulting people's dads.
Your dad is really cool.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Apparently he's cooler than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be.
No, he is.
No,
Yeah.
Tell him the party story.
Yeah, I was at this party one time that my friends were throwing when I was 19. And then my dad ended up coming to this party, and then he was hanging out and he was having such a great time, and then I left because I was like, man, all my friends are having a really good time with my dad, so I just left.
And your dad stayed?
My dad stayed. Yeah.
I'm
He's
pretty
still
drunk
there.
with your dad
He's
on your boat.
still there,
Keeping
dude.
the party going.
I used to have house parties when I was maybe 16 or so, and my parents would be locked in their bedroom awkwardly, occasionally coming out to make sausage rolls or whatever. And my mum would always get to a point of the night where she was too drunk and then was just smoking cigarettes, which she does not do with 16-year-old girls. And every time I'd be like, God, back to your room. But she just,
The rolls were
people loved it.
What's the drinking age in Australia?
18, but I feel like a lot of people start getting drunk from 14, maybe. It's pretty early.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Why would people do that?
No, they don't. I can't
crime?
confirm
You've heard
that ever
rumors.
happened. Yeah, I
but
don't
that's
know.
mostly from the criminal parts.
Damn.
Right, which is naturally a lot of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing. Okay, so you guys started a new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It is called Unus Annus. Did I pronounce that correcely?
No.
How does it pronounced?
Unus Annus.
Honest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Honest.
Yeah, it's
That's
Latin.
how the Greeks pronounced it.
Oh,
Do you
my
know
God.
what
they
it
went to
means in Latin?
Actually, it's not how the Greeks pronounced it.
How did the Greeks
Wait,
pronounce it?
Not
Is
even
it?
the Greeks, Roman. Because apparently it's Unus Annus. Apparently.
They had deeper
mean-
voices back then.
Yeah.
Unus Annus.
Yeah.
What does that mean, though?
Do you know what it means?
Is
You
it
said it was Latin?
1 year?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
1 year.
that makes sense. Well, do you want to give us the whole spiel for what the channel is?
We were sitting in a Buffalo Wild Wings. And we're like, what are we going to do?
Wearing out
Yeah.
And
cowboy
we're like,
hats.
okay, so what names, yeah, what are we going to do? You're going to die soon. I don't know. Everyone meets their bitter end, cold and alone, something like that. And then I looked up what Latin for 1 year was, and it looked like anus, and we laughed for a long time.
Yeah, we have footage of it.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Of you laughing in anus?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We do that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One and
Yeah.
the same.
It was one of those things where it was like, oh, that's super funny. Let's figure out a name. And then it stuck. And we were like,
Yeah.
all right, that's it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When you guys were coming up with this, at any point did a dead rat fall from the ceiling onto your menu?
No.
Because that
has
also happens at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Has that happened to you?
Yes. Not to me, but that was a news story from a couple months ago where someone was eating at a Buffalo Wild Wings and then a dead rat just fell onto her menu.
Free food.
She was
That's sweet.
Is this available?
I had a rat fall from a tree right in front of me the other
That's
day.
okay.
That was weird. I was
That's
taking my
normal,
dog
though.
out. Yeah.
Sometimes they slip.
Is
Fell
it?
from the tree, and then he scurried away.
We should make a video where we cook roadkill.
For sure.
Write that down.
I do have several follow-up questions, but first I have to say this episode of the show is sponsored by Upstart, Hims, and Honey. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of Dude Soup. To jump to questions, so the idea of this channel, which I found out about because I think that your announcement video was like #1 on trending really quickly.
It was.
Yeah.
Is that you make a video every day for a year, and then they will all be deleted, and the whole channel will be deleted. So you've done some stuff. I saw one where I think you cooked with dildos.
Yeah.
That was
How-
like the first one.
That was the first like real video. Yeah.
How have you come up with the ideas for 365 unique videos in 1 year?
Well,
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, you.
I feel like
Please.
most of the videos that we come up with is not a video idea. It's a title
Yeah.
for a video. So like that video was cooking with sex toys. And then we figure out how to make a video around it.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing that a lot of people probably don't realize about YouTube is, have you ever asked your audience what they want to see, and then they all come up with ideas that you're like, none of you are ever going to watch any of these things.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's
they're
a-
all just bad ideas.
Yeah, but because I think when you make a lot of content on the internet, you start to learn that you have to think of the title and the thumbnail first, and then you think of what the video is. It seems so backwards to a lot of people, but it's really the only way to
It's
succeed.
the perfect way to do it, because if you can say a random string of words and it makes one of us laugh, we know there's something there. Like, we haven't figured out the video for it, but we have an idea called the Laxative Olympics.
Yeah.
We have no idea what the content is. We have some rough ideas, but we haven't had the time to put our bodies through the necessary things to make that video come. We're claiming that no one can take that idea, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my
ours.
friend texted me. He's like my best friend from back home, and he was like, I have an idea. I don't know what it would be, but Laxative Olympics. And I was like, that is a genius video.
Yeah.
No idea what it is,
Yeah.
but genius. So good.
It definitely makes you think. I'm very into that.
Yeah.
So
How
what
many?
did-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did you guys have like a giant list of things before you even started filming?
We got like a list of 200 or something.
Yeah, we
Oh,
had
okay.
like 230 videos, which most of them, like, we haven't really gone back to that
We
list.
got to
in a
look at that
while.
list. Yeah, we keep
should.
coming up with random crap
Yeah.
because we're like, oh, we got to film like 4 videos on
Yeah.
Saturday. 'Cause we're
Well, the thing is, so we started, like everything we do, we didn't plan properly for
No,
it. So we launched the channel November 15th.
yeah.
And I was leaving to go on vacation for 12 days, November 22nd.
Yeah.
12
And then
videos.
Yeah. It was a lot. And then I got back on the 4th, and then you and
I
Amy
left
left
on the 19th.
on the 18th,
for
19th,
Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've just gotten to a point where it's like, okay, we don't really have to prep for anything.
Yes,
You
we
have a
do.
backlog now.
We got to
we?
get ahead.
We got to get ahead.
Gotta get
but
ahead.
We were in like crunch mode, and I guess we'll be in crunch mode until
Yeah,
the day that it's
I
dead.
like had just released my big project, A Heist with Markiplier, and then a few days before that, we were at Buffalo Wild Wings figuring
Yeah.
it out, and then we were like, yeah, we can do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
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 and
yeah.
then we just went for it. So yeah.
Yeah. I remember we still have that footage too of like releasing everything because we hadn't talked about it at all. So it was not like we could have waited until the new year or something to start the channel.
Seems
We were
weird that
like,
you didn't.
It was better that way. Yeah. I think like the whole channel's premise is just like everything's temporary. You don't know something's there until it's there, and when it's there, you got to take your chance with it, like whether you're ready or not. And so we wanted to just kind of like throw it out of nowhere and see what people thought. We had no idea that people would respond the way they did.
Yeah.
We didn't know, but yeah, it did. Cool.
Yeah.
It did cool.
It did cool. It's been fun so far.
November, that's okay. So 2 months, almost like 3 months in, and you have 200 something ideas banked.
Kind of.
Right?
More or
Your
less.
math is off. It's only 2 months since
November, December,
November 15th.
January. Okay, yeah.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about James. He can't count.
Okay,
I don't know
Yeah.
how to count. I never learned. But yeah. So do you feel comfortable that you guys are gonna make it? Like, are you working at a stride that you're like, oh yeah, no problem, or is it kind of, are you feel under pressure?
I don't feel under pressure.
I don't feel under pressure.
Yeah.
No. We've
I-
been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Like, I used to do 2 videos a day. Did you do 2 videos a day as well?
I
at
did
one
2
time?
videos a day for a
so,
while,
like,
yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Every other YouTuber is a lazy prick, and we're better than all of them, right?
Than everyone.
right,
That's
man?
Every day
On the
is a
box.
lot.
Yeah.
box.
But that's the thing, like the reason why I'm not worried about it is because when the caliber for the videos have now sort of been leveled up from the original idea, because the original thing was Mark and I have both been doing YouTube for 7+ years, mostly gaming stuff, and so we wanted to make a channel where everything was temporary, so we could pretty much post whatever we wanted. Now there's sort of more or less like a standard for the videos, but the original thing was like, we can just make anything because it doesn't matter. And we just wanted to do something different every single day. Yeah.
Well, I feel like, I mean, obviously you would have thought of this, that people are going to download those videos and then upload them again. Do you have a plan for that, or you just not care?
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll take down what we can, but in all honesty, the truth is it doesn't matter if they do, because the point of the channel is not about the videos themselves. Because even though we just said there's a standard of the video, but the point is the experience when it's happening. If people aren't there the year that Unus Annus existed, and then someone's like, hey, I got this funny video that I downloaded, like no one's gonna care because there's no meaning behind it. Like a lot
It's
of
the Silent Hill PT of YouTube channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is, because you
Not
can't
made by
play PT
Konami.
anymore.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. People have remade it, so. But it's not the same.
It's not the same.
not
because
the
the
same.
experience of when it was happening and everyone talking about was
Everyone
what
trying
made
to
it
figure out how
special.
to finish it.
Exactly.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a conscious decision. Maybe it is, but like if I always get frustrated when I'm scrolling through YouTube and it recommends me a video that has 36 million views from 5 years ago. Like, why are you sending me this?
Yeah.
It's already been seen by everyone, and it's so old. Like, who is this for? There's so many videos that come out within the week, within the day, that I'm like, can't you prioritize that in some way? I feel like this channel is kind of cool because it prevents it, like it's an active thing. It's as close to maybe live television on YouTube as you can get. Like experience it with us now.
I don't know how YouTube decides what's recommended, because I can always see what videos from my personal channel have been recommended, because then I'll get a flood of comments that are like, who is this bitch and why is she my recommended? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it'll be a video from 6 years ago. And I'm like, I have no idea why this is in your box. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean for this to happen. But for me, they always choose things that are dramatic. It's always like any dramatic headline, which is not a lot of stuff that I make, never gaming. It's like always this very specific type of video that I'm like, I don't know what you are trying to grow with this platform by recommending someone a video about a breakup 3 years later or whatever. It's so strange. I guess you probably, have you guys spoken to YouTube reps about the channel? Like, I feel like you kind of cheat the algorithm in a way.
Not really.
No, not really. I mean, what would we talk to them about? Like the benefit of what we have is a very active audience. We just crossed 2 million subscribers
Today.
Congrats.
And we get like in the first 24 hours like 1 to 1 million views. So, and that's all just from people who have like notifications turned on. We have an abnormally high percentage of people with notifications turned on. Like the active number of people that are there in the first 30 minutes is way higher than on my channel. It's just it's fascinating to see that people are responding to the urgency of it. And like there are people that I've seen posting about like panicking about getting behind on videos because they're like, I haven't watched them. Like, what is going to happen? And there is just that fear of missing out. And it's not like we intentionally went for that. It's just a happenstance of the circumstances that we put it out as.
Yeah, it's almost an interesting psychological study, like in terms of people not wanting to get behind, but also I imagine your watch rate is probably pretty high. Because people are like, I need to watch this whole thing or it'll disappear, even though they have a full year. Like that's
I will say also the videos are good. Like that was the most surprising part of it.
This is the only time in my YouTube like career that I am just like, these are good videos. Like they are actually good, and I'm not afraid to say it because like it's just like super fun and ridiculous and like I don't know, it's just a good time. And it hasn't been stressful at all, really. Like there have been a couple of times where it's been like, okay, we're like an hour.
There was one time like last week where I was editing a video and I finished editing at 11 a.m. It goes up at noon. I start uploading. I'm making the thumbnail, and I have everything. I set schedule for noon at 11:57. That's when I was.
Oh boy,
very close to the wire. But
and that's the thing about this channel is that every video starts and ends with a timer. So we can't be late, because if the video is late, then the time is off. So
there is one of those videos though with an incorrect timer on it.
I wonder who edited that.
I wonder who did that.
Oops. Whoopsies.
Oh, that reminds me. I owe you another paintball because of that.
No.
We agreed to that.
No.
We said I have
I don't wanna
text.
know.
No,
It's not what
it
you
got
think it is.
revoked. It got revoked because of Christmas Eve. Because I did you a favor on Christmas
Of
Eve.
course.
What did you do on
Yeah.
Christmas Eve?
just
I
wanna
went to
fill
your
in the blank.
house.
That's right.
like
Okay,
Mad
that's
Libs.
fair.
Right.
That's
It's like a
fair. You
Mad Libs.
did.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, we were all there.
I'm supposed to be a funny person, so I say things that are stupid. So that consider this as a stupid thing to say. But
Yeah.
any thoughts about as you get closer and closer to the final day, making the videos longer and longer, so it's harder and harder for the audience to get through everything. So the last video is like 12 hours long. So if you don't start it by
Yeah.
the time that it
It'll be
uploads,
gone.
you will not get to watch the whole thing.
We did talk about that at one point. Not about making the videos longer.
Okay, yeah,
But
like a not stupid version of what I
yeah,
said.
there
Yeah.
is a point of no return.
Yeah.
Where people, if they're not caught up, will not be able to catch up.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah, because our videos average like about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so-
I'm looking at the channel right now. You've got Mark and Ethan go casket shopping. Was
That's-
20 minutes long.
I watched that. It's 20 minutes exactly to the
Yeah.
second. And I was like, that's interesting.
So if it's 15 minutes, 365, that would be 91 hours of content, roughly. Some are more, some are less, average. So if people don't get there within like 4 days of the end of the channel, they literally won't have time. And that's if they're watching 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like in the last 2 weeks, in the last month, people are going to not be able to just from life, work schedule,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, we remind people of this every video. We talk about death a lot in every video, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But we're just like, look, opportunities pass by all the time. If you don't pay attention, it will be gone.
Yeah, and like that's why the videos are special. That's why it doesn't matter if people re-upload it, is because like if you weren't here through the journey, then it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, they're funny videos, but they're just videos. It's like being a part of it while it's still alive is the cool thing, you know?
Yeah.
Life is cool. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Everyone get therapy. All right, I do have to take a word from one of our sponsors. Thank you to Upstart for sponsoring the show. Between hitting the gym, eating cleaner, or learning a new skill, there are a lot of ways we can better ourselves in the new year. But I can't think of much that's more important than starting the year off tackling high-interest credit card debt, and for that, our friends at Upstart.com are here to help. Upstart is the revolutionary lending platform that offers smarter rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debt. And Upstart goes beyond the traditional credit score when assessing your credit worthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter rate, because Upstart believes you're more than your credit score. They believe in you, and they make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate. Since it's just a soft pull as well, it won't affect your credit score. The hard pull happens when you accept your rate. The best part, once the loan is approved and accepted, most people get their funds the very next business day. Over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards or meet their financial goals. So, free yourself from the burden of high-interest credit card debt by consolidating everything into one monthly payment with Upstart. See why Upstart is ranked number one in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot, and hurry to upstart.com/dude to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes. That is upstart.com/dude. Thank you, Upstart. So we're talking about Unus Annus.
Honest.
Unus Annus.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because I have not watched it, what is Ethan finally becomes a man about?
My dad texted me about this video. So we tried to make a doghouse for Mark's dog Chica, and he texted me, "Watching you try to make a doghouse is horribly painful." I will use the excuse that I was a competitive gymnast when I was growing up, so that's all I did ever. I never learned how to build
a
things.
doghouse, right.
Hand flip, though.
I was going to
can
say,
hand
they are
flip.
mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I used to work as a deck builder for about 2 years. So I know my way around wood, basic stuff. I'm not an expert, not licensed, anything like that. But I have had this.
flip.
Can't flip. I've done
yet.
one
You
in
did
my
one?
entire life, and then that was it. I got
was
it.
it.
So why do
One and
more?
done.
But I've known for a while that he doesn't really know a lot about it. So I just wanted to give him a few tests to do it. So, got some wood, got a tool belt, got a lot of tools that you didn't have.
Yep.
And then I just set him to task. And then he did everything I hoped to, which is everything wrong.
Excellent. Wait,
Yeah.
so you didn't have instructions or anything?
I was helping him out. I was
Okay.
just letting him guide
Yeah.
us towards it.
No, there were some rough parts of the video where it's just like, oh man, I don't know how to saw correct.
But you did learn.
I learned.
You learned. You learned about like the finer details because there's things you wouldn't think about. Like if you're cutting a 6-foot piece of wood, this is not exciting. Everybody, just go to the bathroom.
There's lots
right
of
now.
gymnasts out there.
Whatever.
Who are
Start
listening.
flipping.
Yeah.
You
I'm gonna
freaks.
do this.
Yeah.
If you got a 6-foot piece of wood and you need a 4-foot piece and a 2-foot piece, you can't just cut it at the 2-foot mark because now each piece is not 2 feet, not 4 feet. It's 3 feet, like 11 inches and 15 sixteenths.
I learned that 2x4s are not 2x4.
They're 1.5 by 3.5.
Yep.
Oh, that's misleading.
Yeah. The reason is,
I'm
and my
like a
dad
little
told me
upset.
this.
Are you proud of this?
Yeah.
Oh, you
No,
didn't
I-
even learn this from him?
Well,
You
I didn't know
forgot.
I forgot the specific reason.
Yeah,
Okay,
but the reason is the original piece of wood is 2x4, but once they put it through the planer and everything, then it's no longer 2x4.
Oh, okay.
So the original piece of wood before it's
But it's not called an original piece of wood that was 2x4 before being put through a planer.
I imagine it's
Falls
just
out
like
technical.
some people from way back when were like 1.5 by 3.5. It's like, what? Shut up! Say
order
2
is
by
that?
4.
well,
And
it's
then they grabbed it.
it probably was originally 2x4, but they didn't have planers or anything, and so they're just like it's roughly 2x4.
Did they have planers though?
It's all part of the
it's almost
marketing.
like planers
it's big
are a
wood,
fundamental part
trying
of
to make us
woodworking.
want more wood.
Yeah.
You know what? That's all part of the scam.
Goddamn wood economy's out
Yeah.
there.
Anyway, the wood segment of this show is now over. Everyone,
You may
get your
return.
dads
I'm
out of the
sure.
room.
Yeah.
Gymnasts
Tell them
really
to pull their
appreciate
pants
it.
up and
Yeah.
move along.
Are you trying to? Are there ideas that like? Because that one sounds like it came from a place of genuine interest, like something you've never done and something you have some knowledge of, and like sharing that knowledge. Are there more ideas like? Because like obviously you mentioned Laxative Olympics. That sounds like that's a YouTube title.
Yeah.
And both of you shitting your pants while you run down the street.
Yeah.
But but are there more plans for other ideas that are like exploring each other's kind of like character or like?
That's almost every video is
Yeah.
just trying to do something that we've never done before.
Like a bucket list.
Like a bucket list, yes.
Death metaphors.
Yeah.
You have a video called Harnessing Our Dog's Unlimited Energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just hooked them up to sleds, see if they could pull us.
Yeah.
Did you see
I've
that?
never been more excited by a YouTube title in my life.
That's the other thing too is that like again, it's all about the titles.
You're gonna put
It's
that-
all those titles.
It's
That
also
video
a
is
good
like
thumbnail.
that video is purely all right, like
Yeah.
in terms of content, but it's got cute
but
dogs
it's
in it.
different.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
different, yeah.
That video can't be replicated.
Did you see the video of the
Really
guy
original.
running with his parrots?
No.
Was going around on. It's a guy running down the sidewalk with 2 parrots, but he's running so fast so they can fly.
Like on leashes?
yeah.
That's really cute.
That's really.
I don't.
cool.
I was like, I'm like, is this fake? I don't know if this is fake, but it looks real.
Wow.
It might have
Yeah.
been toys.
Definitely looks like Florida.
Yeah.
See, I would
that's a
click on the
Florida
YouTube
thing.
headline, running down the sidewalk with my 2 parrots.
Yeah,
Would
running
I do
my
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
walking my parrots or something. Running
Yeah.
my parrots.
Did someone say the word Florida?
I
yeah.
just did.
Okay. I was watching
Yeah, it happened in Florida. for
Hanson
sure.
versus Predator last night, and there's one in Florida, and I feel like the Florida episode is just much worse than all of the others.
Yeah.
Just,
Have you ever played the Florida Man game?
No?
You type in Florida Man and then your birthday, and then you see what you get.
Oh, let's do it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you
like
done
a
the
video.
Man.
Have you? It does.
like a video.
Sounds
idea.
like a video. I mean, it would be kind of short.
Aw.
Oh, there's
look at
that
this.
video. That looks fake.
It does look fake.
What?
It looks like those walking dog things that you get at Disney where the leash is stiff.
Yeah.
That's
Also, it looks like the guy's never run before. That's my very-
I think running while holding parrots is probably pretty tough. I don't know if they have a wiki how about
Yeah.
that yet.
taking my parrots for a fly.
Okay, to be fair though, I don't know of any toy that can actually do that. They're flying pretty close together, but
They're not
it
synchronized
looks,
either, right?
Yeah, they're not
Yeah. No, it's
synchronized.
definitely
They're
real.
bobbing up and down. It seems real. He's got a glove on that looks like a falconer's
Oh,
glove.
you're right, he does.
Yeah.
I'd bet that was real, and they're just getting away from him.
I love
Wow.
that. That's great.
Yeah.
Getting their
Okay, my
exercise
Florida man is Florida man drunk and naked allegedly set house on fire.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
You can't type in ours because we're saving it for content.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Guess we'll save
When's
it
your
for
birthday, James?
content.
April 6th.
April 6. Thong wearing Florida man arrested while building shed.
Hey, not bad.
That
He's
could
just
have
working.
been us.
Just
Yeah.
a man working.
Just in a thong. What's even wrong with that? Why was he arrested for that?
Yeah,
Florida
what was
Man
yours?
experiment. You guys put in Florida Man with both of your birthdays, and you have to do those things.
There we go.
2
There we go.
videos.
You're
Try not
welcome.
to
2
get
videos. You
arrested.
can throw them together if you want to.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, just like in general, is there a favorite one that you've made yet, or anything like that? Something that's been particularly really fun. You've done a lot of like different stuff. I know you were talking about that, Ethan. Like you did cupping,
Yeah.
and you've done stuff that you would not normally do. Get you out of your comfort zone.
I honestly think that the cooking with sex toys one has probably been my favorite one so far.
That was a banger.
Just because it was fun to film, but it was also surprisingly wholesome. Like if you watch the video, it's just us making breakfast for each
Yeah.
other, and it's just the utensils are a little bit different than what you would normally use.
Yeah.
And there was like funny moments during that. Mark had the opposite of a ball gag where it holds your mouth open
Oh,
with the
okay.
hole in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I was feeding him, and then a man came to the door.
That was it had a lot of good moments. It wasn't even the first video that we filmed, but we
No.
unanimously decided it needed to be the first video that people saw.
Mm-hmm.
It set the tone for the channel, right? You know,
Yeah.
because when the first video came out, people didn't know what the hell it was going to be. They thought it was going to be like this big ARG, as if we actually thought it through.
Yeah.
But no, then we hit them with sex toys, and they didn't know what to feel, and they were railing
Yeah.
ever since, and they can't keep up
Yeah. And it was age restricted instantly.
immediately.
First video,
yeah,
age
immediately.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Love playing that YouTube game.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that we don't
Doesn't
even
matter.
care.
We don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Surprisingly, our videos are mostly monetized.
most of them. Well,
Like-
we're not doing that crazy like sexual stuff. Most of them.
Yeah. But when we were thinking of ideas, it was like, oh, this channel is probably not going to do well with demonetization. It's probably going to get demonetized a lot.
cares?
All right,
But that's the thing.
here's a video. I got a video for you guys. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
fun. Can I just get an email that goes directly to your spam boxes, and I'll just go, I came up with another idea for a video, and you guys can disregard.
Yeah.
It's condom hot air balloon. You see how many condoms you have to fill with helium
There you go.
to attach to a basket that one of you can fit in and actually be lifted
Put
off the ground.
Spencer in it.
That was
can put
immediately what my thought was.
Yeah.
Put Spencer in it.
Put Spencer in it.
So
Good. He's
You'd love it.
30.
just see how many you have to fill up.
How many
It
do you
would be
think?
way too many.
It'd be so
It'd
many.
be so many.
Yeah, it'd be a few.
Yeah,
This is
30.
dark.
He's 32 pounds. He just went to the vet. He gained weight.
I know Jenna Marbles did something like that for her dog.
Yeah.
Marbles.
Yeah.
She did a condom balloon?
No,
Not condoms.
not
just normal
condoms.
balloons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
It
dog is
took
also
a
like
lot.
tiny.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like 10 pounds.
And it took a lot
Yeah.
of balloons.
I think it took like 70 balloons or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of balloons.
So this is probably coming out around, what do you think,
Like
September
December, maybe.
or
They
something
probably
like
gotta
that?
inflate them all. It's
Yeah,
gonna take a
yeah,
few
yeah.
months.
That's fine. You guys have
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't wait to see it.
crowdsource it, get our fans involved, show up at their door with a box of condoms.
We need your
I
help.
need you.
You know something that is slightly related to condoms? Our next sponsor, Hims. You've already heard us talking about Hims and how they are helping guys look their best. You might already know that quintessential gamer Lawrence Sontag gave Hims a shot and particularly loved how the brand is tied into medicine and science using real doctors rather than some snake oil made up nonsense. But before I get ahead of myself, for those of you who haven't heard of Hims, they're basically a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men, and everything in that ballpark. For example, 66% of men start to lose their hair by age 35, and once you've noticed thinning hair, or if you've had thinning hair for a couple of years, it can be too late. Is your hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Do you have any bald spot yet? It happens. And if you don't like it, there is a way to prevent more hair loss. In fact, the best way to do something about it is while you still have some hair. So it's time to grab the new year by the follicles. Here's to a year of personal growth backed by medicine and science. Your solution is forhims.com. It's time to write a new chapter, one in which you have hair and baldness is optional thanks to science, with Hims' licensed physicians and FDA-approved products to help treat hair loss. Right now, our listeners can get started with their first month free. Go to forhims.com/dude. That's forhims.com/dude. Of course, your prescription requires an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate, and the offer is only valid if prescribed with a 3-month minimum subscription. Additional restrictions apply. See the website for full details and important safety information. And remember, that is forhims.com/dude. Thank you, Hims. So another thing that I wanted to talk about today, and we can really jump around topics, doesn't matter here, but I figured we should, is that the Oscar nominations came out today. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
I've seen.
I've heard
have
of
heard.
the Oscars, yes.
Yes.
How did we feel about those? I know Joker is leading with 11 nominations. People saying Greta Gerwig was snubbed, Lupita Nyong'o was snubbed.
Jennifer Lopez.
Did you see
Jennifer
was
Lopez.
snubbed.
Did you see
Joker?
Hustlers?
I did.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought the movie was good, but I thought she was pretty standout in that.
Yeah.
In a movie that
see
could
it.
have just been whatever, it felt like she was like, nope, I'm gonna give it a full
Yeah, she was
home
great.
run swing.
Did you see Parasite?
No. The only movies I've seen in the past 6 months, because I've been that busy, is Cats
That's all you need.
My
to
man.
see.
and Star Wars.
That's all you need to see.
I was taken there because Amy was like, "You have to see it," and I'm like, and you were like, "You have to see it." And
Yeah.
I'm like,
So you were
okay.
campaigning for Cats,
Who
but
is-
not Parasite. Ethan?
Hold on, who's
Yeah.
your favorite cat?
Scrumble.
Scrimbleshanks?
Skimbleshanks, the
railway
railway
cat.
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, great
great.
answer.
Cat
The
of the
railway
railway,
cat. Yeah, that was a good one.
Wait, the
railway
train.
That's a great.
Killed
that's
a
good one.
man with his tap dancing.
Yeah.
That cat's dead.
Yeah.
Very good tap dancing.
I never laughed harder when what was that cat's name? Like growl.
Growl tiger.
Yeah, it's just that long pause. Growl tiger. Never
Growl
expected that voice out of that cat.
Let me tell you this. That was
funny.
some creative liberties taken with the film there. Growl Tiger is not a separate character in the musical. In fact, it is a character that Gus, the theater cat, Ian McKellen, plays in one of his stage productions.
Asparagus.
They split the character. Thank you.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So, any other
I
questions?
definitely think that Gus, the theater cat, should have been the one to win. I continuously feel like Asparagus was robbed to win.
More than
Death.
Grisabella?
Snubbed.
More than Grisabella? She had such a bad life.
She just
She's a
cried a lot.
prostitute.
No, see, what?
She was a prostitute.
Oh, I
cat.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought she was famous.
She was.
She was
Famous
famous until she
prostitute.
fell in with McCavity, and then she became a prostitute cat, and then that's why she's all.
Okay, well that
Prostituted
I didn't know.
That's why she
How
looks like
can
a
you
whore.
identify someone who's been prostituted out?
Crying, the fur
It's
coat.
the way they lean.
Right. That
She
makes
had like
sense.
a weird cut around her eye.
She did.
Those are telltale signs of a cat
A lot of
prostitute.
snot.
A lot of
Yeah.
snot.
Lot
If
of
you're gonna
snot.
CG something, because I saw it twice. I saw it the opening night,
Ethan's
and
seen
then
it 3 times.
and then I wanted to see V2. Call me.
Yeah.
All right, call me if you're going again. I wanted to see V2, and to see what they fixed, and I was like, maybe they'll fix that snot, and they did not. I think they added more.
I think
snot.
that they didn't do anything. I think they just wanted people to go and see it. So they were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we're putting out a patch."
So I have people on the inside. This sounds stupid, but I actually do. They apparently, reportedly, they are still working on cats. There are still people working on cats.
Bet they're working for free. You know who's paying them?
Someone
passion for cats.
VOD or I don't know.
I
but
heard
I have no
that
idea.
the snot was CG because if you look at any behind the scenes footage, she does not have a snotty face.
Why would they snot you up? It was disgusting.
Passion.
She looks more prostitute. I don't know. She really acts her ass off when she's singing.
yeah, yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
gives it.
Yeah.
That and the milk that James Corden drinks is also CG.
Well, Ian McKellen
It's
also
so
just
weird.
licks
He
a.
laps it out of a thing.
Yeah.
We haven't
I-
talked since you've seen it.
I just
I think it's
We
truly
did have
atrocious.
we did just get the conference room booked, and then we can just have a talk.
Give me your thoughts. No, my
forget it.
favorite
I'm not
cat
saying
is
anything anymore.
Rum
So we
Tum.
can.
So
move
Rise
on.
of Skywalker as
yeah,
well.
that's also nominated
Yeah.
For what?
Score.
3 things.
No, score would make sense.
Yeah. You know what I thought was a huge snub this year, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. Endgame.
Oh, it wasn't at all.
I thought
It's
visual
nominated for one
effects
thing, also visual effects.
and maybe sound design or
I
something.
mean,
One of those other technical awards.
that movie is really good.
It's great.
They really do snub the Marvel films.
And it's like important too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
even if you're not a Marvel fan, and I get it, superhero movies are played out to hell and back, but that movie is cinematically important.
Yes.
It's
I
also
agree.
they're played out because they were leading toward that one movie. Like
Yeah.
the fact that they stuck to that vision for that long is incredible.
I thought it was such an impressive feat, and I also I'm like, well, it wasn't too long ago that we gave Return of the King the best award for Best Picture, which was basically celebrating the 3 movies. Like, oh wow, these 3 movies are really good. Like, if that's the logic, I feel like Endgame probably should have at least been nominated for Best Picture.
You ever watched the extended version of Return of the King? That's like 4 hours and 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
You know,
a day.
last weekend, Elise and I watched The Hobbit, the 4.5 hour Hobbit cut. It's all 3 Hobbit movies cut into 4.5 hours. It's so long, and it's a cut down of the 3 movies.
I really hoped it would be good.
It's not.
Bummer.
You can't salvage bad.
Huge
but
bummer.
we also once watched the extended, all 3 extended over the course of a day and a half, and it was awesome.
Do they have
I've
an
tried.
extended Cats?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Can't wait.
I wonder if they just released a version of Cats with no special effects as a DVD. Like, I bet it would be fun.
It would be so fun.
And
Because
No
I
special-
can't wait for the ability to pause that movie.
What does that movie look like without special effects?
Just the actors, because
just
apparently
people.
they weren't wearing mocap
Yeah.
suits, so
I
they
can't
just
believe they didn't mocap it. It's insane.
they had no VFX supervisor.
Oh my god.
Tom Hooper is a maniac.
I have a lot of questions. Star Wars is best visual effects as well. So is The Irishman. So best visual effects,
I
I
didn't see
get.
that.
Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, Star
Sure,
Wars, 1917. All
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Why is The Irishman there?
Because they made them look young, but it
Oh,
looks
their faces.
terrible.
I completely forgot about that.
It looks terrible in the movie.
important
seen
part of
it.
that film that I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Is it because it's 3 hours long? But you'd be willing to watch an extended cut of Cats?
No, I just haven't seen it. I'm down for a 3-hour movie. I don't care.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
It's good.
I'm nuts. 3 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Dude,
I'm crazy.
I'm down for it all.
Wow, man, settle down.
Best cinematography.
Cats does
1917.
feel long, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Well, it also has like 10 endings.
Yeah.
Like it just keeps going, and then at a certain point you're like, okay, it's over, and the Judi Dench goes, "Hello, audience."
I don't know why that happens.
And she's like,
Oh.
"Let me
Right.
tell you about dogs," and you're like, "What?"
She doesn't
Cats
look
are
at the
not
lens. She
dogs.
looks into your soul.
Yeah.
And
Why?
It's so jarring.
God.
And then they look away, and then it goes, "Na na na," and it goes back to her, and she goes, "Anyway."
Yeah.
I have the first 15 minutes of that movie, I think I was sitting sort of like this because I was so physically uncomfortable with just the way they look and their faces move on their bodies is really like, just awful.
Yeah.
Then I chilled out and I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Got it one more
it's a really horny movie.
Yeah. Oh, you bet it is.
Yeah.
In what way?
Dude,
What are you talking about?
know what way.
What? No.
It's just like
Horny?
There's
Yes.
Yeah.
Horny.
It's
How do you spell
real.
that?
HORNY. It's when you really want. Can you swear on the show?
No, yeah, go ahead.
It's real when you really want to just fuck, just raw,
Fuck.
like animals, like maybe
fuck.
cats.
You want to fuck a cat?
Well, that's the thing about it, right? Is there's the Venn diagram of human and cat. There's a crossover there, so there's part of that that might be okay.
I think they call that a furry.
No,
That's
because
the
it's
crossover.
not. It would have been better if
Remember-
this movie was
Just everyone in
produced by
furs.
furries.
Yeah.
They didn't
would've
consult
gone
any
full-
furries.
Full,
for
they
this
would have gone full furry with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, when they're on the ground and the jellicle ball's about to start, and then their tails go like.
That's the most.
I don't have a
horrible-
problem with that.
That's the
I
worst
don't
Marvel
have a
movie.
because I accepted they're trying to be cats. I get it. Cats do weird shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it, it's like I'm okay with that because at least that's true to the message and you can't see their faces. So all right, they're cats. It's weird, but
guess.
Also, Steven Spielberg tried to make an animated Cats film like 30 years ago.
Why?
And no, but like drawn, like 2D.
Like they would be actual cats. I think that
Like
would
the-
make sense.
And there's
the Lord of the
concept
Rings
art
animated
came out.
movie
Kind of
that's
concept art
horrifying.
came out, and it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Like it's like it looks like an animated film.
I don't know how to Google that.
I was
Steven Spielberg,
saying like,
Cats concept art.
as I walked
Just
out
all
of
the
the
words.
Thanks, I
theater,
appreciate that.
if it was fully animated, like 3D animated,
Yeah.
the same CG that they did for the
Yeah.
costumes, just do it all.
Yeah.
Even if they look kind of human, it would have been fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does look pretty cool.
Or they could have made like some kind of cat that had the nimbleness to do more dances, like
Yeah.
like a Disney style cat.
I really liked it
Whatever,
when the
would've been great.
cats jumped far distances.
Yeah,
because the physics just
Oh, they just
did
kinda
not
throw
make
themselves?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Rum Tum Tugger jumps from like the counter to the table and you just it's great.
They're just flying across the screen.
Anybody notice when they're in the street, his feet
Yes, slid,
so
sliding.
weird.
Yeah.
How horrified were you when you saw cockroaches with human faces start to get eaten?
And the mice.
Well, I
Awful.
was
That was my least
more-
favorite part of the film.
Horrified.
This is so weird. Also, I saw on my second viewing of Cats that one of the cockroaches that's just like sort of in the background, it just disappears. They're like walking in a line and just poof, it's gone.
Was it because McCavity?
No, it's
So
I want to
weird.
see just all the takes that he did for his magic
Yeah,
stuff.
me too.
Do you think he had a good time? Did anyone on that film have
They
a
all
good
got
time?
paid. I bet
Yeah.
it was an easy shoot, probably because they didn't have mocap and they just learned some choreography and did their thing on the day. It was a nightmare for all the visual effects artists afterwards who
Yeah.
got it and were like, "You want us to do what?"
Yeah, that movie's
They're
like a month of
making
shooting
cats.
and 2 years of post.
Making
Yeah.
a cat movie. And
I
they're
bet
like,
it
"What are you
was
talking
so much fun because they were just doing the play.
Yeah.
Literally, they were doing the play, and all they needed to do was it a bunch of times. So I bet it was super fun.
This is
Yeah.
an Oscar discussion. By the way.
It's fine.
It
Mostly
should have
about
been.
cats.
nominated.
Never have enough cats content.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
Like
cool.
something, it looks fun.
Who was
Yeah.
doing
Does
this?
look good.
This is going to be Spielberg.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that
So
looks
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Isabella, prostitute. Look at that old prostitute.
See,
Wait,
yeah,
that's
that's
Grisabella?
kind of no, and that is not that.
Buster Jones up
There,
there.
Grisabella.
One's Grisabella.
Grisabella, yeah.
Look at her looking all prostitute.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Oh, there. Look at McCavity. Click on McCavity. Click on.
McCavity?
You're right there. Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Click.
yeah.
No.
That, no.
No.
The one before
right
that.
next to it.
The one that's
Yeah,
clearly
Left.
McCavity.
No, left.
McCavity.
Yeah,
Left.
Damn it.
McCavity. One over. Left.
It
There.
says
yes.
There it is.
See, that looks cool.
That's cool. That's
cool.
Napoleon
Yeah.
Prime.
Yeah.
That's like a what was the movie?
Great Mouse
the
Detective.
Oscar. No. Well, kind of, yeah. Yeah, but it was like Cat Orphan.
Cat Orphan?
Orphan?
The
Aristic-
racist cats.
Oh,
You gotta be more
Lady and the
specific.
Tramp?
No,
That
maybe
had racist
did it have the
cats.
cat going ching, ching,
Aristocats?
chong?
Oh,
That one?
Aristocats. No.
Is it
The Siamese
The
cats,
Siamese
the
one.
racist Siamese cats are in Lady and the Tramp,
Yeah.
but you're also thinking of Aristocats, which
Aristocats,
features
that was
a
it.
cat playing the piano with big buck teeth and
Yeah,
chopsticks.
that one. That's
Yikes.
Aristocats.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the style.
Yeah, not the racism so much as the
Does he actually say
Yeah.
ching chong?
Well, I don't think so. Yeah, but pretty close.
May as
Yeah.
well.
Pretty
He
close.
says it with his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cat Returns is also a very good animated cat film.
It is.
Studio Ghibli.
It is a very
Love
good
that
I
game.
haven't
one.
seen The Cat Returns.
It's great.
good.
Very
The Cat
wholesome.
Returns?
Cat Returns.
Something that I thought was true. Just back to
Grisabella
the
came back.
She came back.
Oscars discussion.
Crawled back.
Wow.
I thought it was interesting that Jojo Rabbit is nominated for basically everything except for Best Director.
And not
I haven't seen Jojo
best
Rabbit
makeup
either.
and hairstyling, I guess.
It's really good.
Costume
But
design.
this is the thing. I'm over it. I think I was in college or whatever, and I was like, the Oscars. I was in film school. The Oscars. And then Daniel Day-Lewis lost to Adrian Brody for Best Actor, and I was like, this is a sham. And so ever since then, I've just kind of appreciated it from afar and been like, man, they're wrong all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
a thing that I think most people don't realize, which I'm sure you know, James, is like they have to pay to have things nominated. So it's like it's not a thing where a board of people nominates a bunch of films and then the board votes on the things like the Game Awards is.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of studios paying to have someone nominated for a certain thing and then paying to make sure that the people on the board watch that thing and pay attention to it. So it's not like you say someone was snubbed, but it's probably that studio just didn't pay for them to be nominated. So it doesn't mean anything.
Well, also, if you're in the Academy, you get this flyer that has all those things that have paid enough to be on the flyer, and then you don't watch any of them, and then you just tick off the ones that you think should win, and then that's how it works, basically. So no one watches any of those movies. It's kind of a weird
is
weird
fair.
voting
Fair.
popularity thing. Honestly, I think the MTV Music Awards may be a better
Teens Choice Awards.
Teen Choice Awards.
Yep.
Things where it's like text 332 to
Yeah.
vote for
Yeah.
cats or
Like,
whatever.
The Teen Choice Awards are always really fun because you can vote an unlimited amount of times as well. I think it's like daily, maybe.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes it'll be this show that wins that you've never heard of, but it's really popular in Brazil, like extremely
Yeah, yeah.
popular. And they're like,
It's like the Streamies, right?
I have
don't
no
know how
idea.
they voted.
Never
Yeah, I
been.
don't
I
know how
think
those
I think
Oh yeah,
like YouTubers are just like vote for me. You can vote once
But-
a day, and then
because
whoever
I
has.
think
Yeah.
I'm a judge on the Streamies. Every single year, I get. Whoa! Everyone very interested in James all of a
Wow.
sudden. I think I get an email that's like, "Don't forget to
Slide
cast
this-
your ballot for who you think you should win on the Streamies." And I go, "I don't know any of these people."
Streaming is pretty.
Is
new,
that like
right?
an email that everybody gets, but you get it and you're like,
It is BCC'd. I thought that was strange.
It's like when you get selected on Twitter to
Well,
take that survey. I'm
was-
special. They asked me.
I got a new credit card too. There was another email
Wow.
that came right after, and it was
Wow.
like, "You've been selected." And I was like, "Well, I feel like I have to do it now."
yeah,
So
That's sick.
yeah, 26% APR. It's a good deal.
That's a good deal.
That's a
It's a
great
good deal.
great
Good
value.
deal.
Yeah.
You know a thing or two about finance.
And cats.
Isn't a sponsor?
Who is the next
We already
sponsor?
did that
You know
one.
what? That is a good segue for Honey. Ever buy something online and then find out you could have gotten it for less? It's worse than microtransactions, and those are the worst. Not to mention, once that happens, you feel like you could be overpaying every time you shop and just losing tons of money where you absolutely don't need to. It's worse than being on an airplane full of landing clappers. It's worse than saying nice to meet you to someone you've met before. And it's worse than calling your teacher mum by accident. Not that you would do that on purpose. Luckily, I have Honey, the free browser extension that saves you time and money when shopping online. Honey scans the internet for coupon codes and other discounts. Then, like magic, it automatically applies the one with the biggest savings to your cart at checkout. It knows about every coupon code, sale, or discount at over 20,000 sites like Amazon, Macy's, J.Crew, Domino's, Sephora, Target, and more. I actually saved enough money on some holiday decorations recently that I could get another one basically for free. It's pretty exciting to see those deals right in front of you. Honey has found its 10 million users over $1 billion in savings, and listen, there's really no reason not to use Honey. It's free to use and installs on your computer in just 2 clicks. So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/dude. That is joinhoney.com/dude. Thank you, Honey. Dude. It's true, dude. Do we have any more Oscars things that we wanted to talk about?
We barely talked about it.
Yeah,
We just talked about
do we want to talk about
Cats for
Cats some
25
more?
No,
I feel like the joke is just gonna get a lot. It has 11 nominations. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has 10. Irishman has 10. 1917 has 10, and then Parasite has.
and do want to
6.
see 1917.
Very good
I want
film.
to also.
The cinematography interests me very
Yeah.
specifically.
Really good.
I didn't like the Joker. I didn't think it was good. I thought that it was boring and nothing happened.
Great.
Bold claim. Expect some tweets.
I thought that the cinematography was good. I thought that Joaquin Phoenix did a great job,
Incredible.
but I thought that it was just Todd Phillips jerking himself off for 2 hours or whatever.
Very interesting.
Didn't like it.
Interesting.
I thought it was boring.
Yeah, I just tend to opt out of conversations about that film on the internet. So
Listen,
have
tweet me
fun.
if you want. I don't care. I don't have notifications turned on, so I probably won't see it anyway. I'm
see
a
it.
huge YouTuber.
Kind of a big deal.
Massive.
Aren't you also really
enormous.
close to hitting a whole million?
I am.
1 whole mil?
1 whole million. I'm like 20K away, I think.
On Crank Gameplays. One interesting thing about the Oscar nominations is that Netflix got more nominations than any studio.
Really?
And that's only like 5 years after they were like, Netflix movies shouldn't be nominated. Like, they don't
Was
count.
Irishman exclusive on Netflix? Didn't
was.
come out in the theater?
It did come out. They all have to come
Very
out
limited.
in theaters, but they do, limited theater releases.
Oh, is that why Lady and the Tramp wasn't nominated? Because it didn't come out in theaters? That's the only reason why.
That must be why. You're right.
I saw that movie.
Also, because I
You
think they
okay?
cut the Siamese cats.
I saw that movie. I don't know who it's for because the plot is for children pretty much, but it's paced for adults. But I was like, there's no way a child can watch this. Like,
I feel like you and I should watch movies together because we
Yeah,
seem like,
let's do
honestly, like the way you talk about things, I'm like, is this me? Is this a mirror?
do it.
We should watch movies.
don't know who it's for.
Come over and watch movies like all the time. We'll shit on shit
sex
together.
scene was just unnecessary.
It's just like
15 minutes.
15 minutes. I enjoyed it. A child's not going to know what's going on.
Did they have
Wrap
to
it
show the
up.
buttholes?
Come on. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, Parasite, though. That's my film
Loved
of the
it.
year for sure.
Yeah,
6
loved it.
nominations there.
And it nominated Best Picture, which is interesting because a lot of people were like, well, it's a foreign film. That's not going to happen. But it was.
Well, you have to read.
Where's it made?
What's that?
Where's it made?
South Korea. Which is why I was
great
like,
film.
you haven't seen it?
My people.
Do you know the national anthem?
Of Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I heard it while I was over there. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it's-
Something
sorry.
Parasite.
you should watch it though. Maybe you'll.
Please nominate
you should just
Parasite.
watch.
Really good.
You should just watch a bunch of.
I was
Korean
when I was
movies.
over
Korean
there.
movies
like,
are very,
I
very
honestly-
good.
Yes.
the
Yes.
cinema in Korea has improved
Yeah.
dramatically. Like,
But like just to get better at speaking Korean.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah, that too.
Owlboy's Korean, is it not?
Parasite is
What's that?
super
Thinking
awesome.
of the wrong
Oh,
name.
yeah.
That's the video
So
game.
good.
Oh, everything that guy's made is
my
great.
God.
Yeah, I went into
Park
it
Chan
pretty
Wook
much
is also really great.
blind, But the only thing that I heard was this movie is extremely intense.
Mm-hmm.
And then while watching it, I was like, this is like good and funny and like fairly lighthearted.
It's great.
And then it was just like,
Well, did you see The Host?
no.
His
Is
other
that
film?
the one with the giant tentacle monster thing?
That's the same director. That's the same director, but it's interesting because it's like an intense family drama and also kind of a monster movie, but it has lots of moments of levity
He
in
didn't
it too.
direct Train to Busan, did he?
No,
Who's that?
he did Snowpiercer
Oh.
and Mother.
Yeah.
And Parasite.
Mother was great. I did see Mother.
He's so passionately.
I haven't seen
Fucking hate that movie.
Mother? Oh, sorry. I
the
hate
It's like
it.
one of my, like-
Lawrence?
But is it because sometimes movies
Oh,
are
wait,
hard
wait,
to watch.
Wait,
but-
the one with Jennifer Lawrence? I'm talking about the one on Netflix.
Oh no,
The robot.
Oh,
I am
no.
Mother.
that's different.
Yeah,
these are all
different
different.
film.
These are
Different
three
film.
different
Still
movies. we're
though,
talking
if
about.
you
Different.
liked Mother, like people do like that
I-
movie. I
no,
feel like
I-
you're either one or the other.
No,
I get why
I
people
didn't
like it.
bother. I don't
Different
care if like the film's garbage. It's
Thank you.
disgusting. Like
Isn't-
why would
that's-
anyone?
That's Mother.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
No.
sure that's Mother.
It is.
I'm just talking about Mother. The Korean film Mother.
I was
Oh.
talking about I Am Mother.
You're talking about I Am Mother
okay,
with the
three
robot
different
mother.
mothers.
There's three different mothers. Come on.
Or maybe
get
it is
your
just
titles.
called Mother. I have no idea.
No, I Am Mother is a drama thriller that's a Netflix film. A teenage girl is raised by a robot designed to repopulate Earth.
Yep.
Really fun movie and done on a smaller budget. I think it was $5 million, and they did some pretty amazing visual effects in that movie.
I watched Wall-E for the first time the other day.
I have not
Oh,
seen
wow.
that
never
movie.
seen
You've
Wall-E. It was
never
good.
seen Wall-E? That's okay. I don't get. I just react that way, but I'm not trying to be judgmental. Sometimes you just
Very
don't get
different
around to
tones
things.
in those
Yeah.
sentences.
But it's let me calm myself down and say you should really watch Wall-E. It's really good.
That's a good one.
been
Yeah,
around
that
to
is
it.
a fun one.
It's great.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't seen that many animated movies that people really like. I've forgotten the name of it already. The one with the
Toy
giant.
Story.
James and the Giant Peach.
Nope.
How the Grinch
Giant.
Stole Christmas.
Iron Giant. I've not seen it.
Oh, Iron
Iron
Giant
Giant
is
is
really good as well.
I like it. I'm drawing a lot.
It's good. There's a lot of obsession about it. I think it's a very good movie, but there's a lot of people that are like,
Yeah, I feel
Iron
like
Giant.
it got a cult following somehow. I
Yeah.
don't really know.
You know, my favorite thing about Iron Giant. This is such a fun podcast. I love talking about movies. Is that the whole movie is about him like being a pacifist and like fighting the urge to be. He's designed to be a weapon, but fighting the urge to be that weapon. And then, you okay? Did you
Yeah,
eat a
I don't know why I was holding my breath.
But then
I like how
Ready-
that just glosses over me nowadays. It's just like it's just,
Just
he's
things
doing-
that I
in Ready Player One, they summon him for the sole purpose of
weapon?
destroying and blowing things up, and I'm like, I feel like he would not be okay with this. But
had to, like,
oh well, people loved it.
Weird hyper nitpick with Jedi Fallen Order and that you use the Force, but it comes back to you if you're aggressive. That's not how the Force works.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's a fun game.
I'm almost done with that game. I really like it a lot.
I like it too.
It's very good.
Tis. Still has like some bugs that kind of bummer.
It freezes all the time.
I mostly
Every
have
time I'm
camera
in an
problems.
elevator, it freezes.
The loading's real long. too.
Yeah, there are elevators in that. No, I mostly have problems where the camera will get stuck when I'm trying to fight something and then I don't have a chance. I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Never played it. I don't have time to do anything.
What'd you
these
think about
days.
Frozen 2?
I never
see it.
saw
Well,
it.
too bad it wasn't nominated for Best Animated Film.
What was
Wait, was
nominated
it
for best
Missing Link.
Toy Story 4. How to Train Your Dragon.
I Miss
The
My
Hidden World.
Body.
Was Missing Link
I Lost
made by
My Body.
Leica?
What?
Was
Yes.
Missing Link made by Leica?
And something called Klaus.
Yes. Klaus is a Netflix movie. It's really good.
Klaus.
It's
Klaus?
beautiful. It's one of the best. It's a 2D film, and if you watched it, you'd swear it wasn't, because they did like a lighting pass on everything that makes the movie seem like it is 3D, and it's not.
What else is for
I just
animated?
got actually like quite annoyed because I'm reading this article about the nominations on the Washington Post, and they wrote, "We're surprised to see Frozen 2 left out of the mix, an omission that's getting rather chilly receptions on social media."
Boom, kaboom.
Some writer in their like bedroom was like, "Yeah,
Crying.
Yeah.
chilly reception.
Finally done it.
I'm getting in that editor position."
It's like you in the car on the way over.
That was me. I was writing. It was
that
just
like
like
a paintball
just
thing?
make myself laugh. It was great. What? Paintball?
More paintball deals.
Paintball?
Is that Christmas Eve?
No, it's
I
over
don't
now.
know what-
It's over. Don't have to deal with
It'll
it.
never be over. What if I'm just an asshole and I shoot you at random?
I mean, it didn't hurt as much as I thought it was going to.
it's because it's a paintball. You thought you acted like it was a gun.
I mean, it is a gun.
Yeah, I've never been shot with one. I know they do them at Extra Life at Rooster Teeth like pretty often.
It stings.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I had a welt for
Yeah.
a few days.
Sucks for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
This guy's a
It was
little
the
bitch
anticipation
about me. Yeah,
because I made a horrible deal.
a little bitch.
And someone's like pointing a fake gun at you. I was very cool and in the top 10 in my city for laser tag in Australia. Wow. And they were like, you got to take these skills to paintball, babe. And I never did because I was too scared.
That's sick.
Wait, who is that? Like the laser team manager?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, come on.
You got to take it to the real leagues.
You want to get to the big leagues, huh?
But I had the advantage of I had the strategy where like every time you would play, they would add your score and like your averages.
Yeah.
And being that I was, I don't know, a 16-year-old girl, I would very often have like 10-year-old, maybe 8-year-old boys try to gang up on me because they're boys and they see a girl. So I would just camp and wait for them. And that's how I got most of my points. That's not going to work for me in paintball.
Yeah.
Those adults, they're not going to care.
But your
strategy
instincts
doesn't pay
were
off.
good. Don't
Yeah.
diminish your
I had a
instincts.
good strategy.
Your instincts were good.
Sometimes
You'd find
they'd
a
be
similar
together as
strategy.
like a whole camp of them and they'd be like, oh, the girl. And then you just take them all out.
Yeah. I can't. The number of times I say that in a day, it's like, wow.
the girl.
Oh, the girl. And then I,
There's some old
my
man
mind.
on his deathbed. Oh, the girl. That's what Palpatine was like. Bring the girl.
I didn't like it.
Are we allowed to talk about that film yet?
Star Wars?
Like spoilers
Yeah.
wise?
It's been enough time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who cares?
Who had sex with Palpatine?
That's the question.
But who had sex with Anakin's mom?
Palpatine,
Oh,
maybe.
No one did.
I thought he was.
clearly Qui-Gon.
Jesus,
I thought.
babe.
Oh,
Wait,
Qui-Gon?
was he a
Wait,
Jesus
absolutely
baby?
had sex.
Jesus
Is he
baby.
Anakin's dad? Qui-Gon? No,
No,
that was
no,
after.
no. Canonically, but
It was a Jesus, the Force.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ejaculated that baby
Yeah.
Into existence.
That's what happened.
That's why his metachlorian count is
so high.
But the same maybe happened with Rey. Or Palpatine. Rey's dad.
Oh,
Rey's dad.
Palpatine
Palpatine
had
just
a
squirted
baby.
out. He just had a goolies and then squirted something out, and then it
Yeah.
became that guy, and the guy was like, "No, I don't want to be you, Dad. I'm gonna move to the desert
Oh,
where you can
like his
find me."
semen just became sentient and then he had a child.
Yeah, and
That
then
makes
that
more
child
sense
had
than
Rey.
someone fucking Palpatine.
I was so confused my first watch of Star Wars because I was like, I didn't have a bad time, but I didn't like it. And then I was like, well, it's people fighting in space and there's laser swords and big ships. Star Wars is inherently enjoyable as a thing to
Yeah. Yes.
absorb.
You can enjoy something
Yeah.
and not think it's good.
Yeah. But there was so many plot holes. The Palpatine thing pretty much negates Anakin's entire arc.
You're right.
And it's stupid. And I didn't like that they kissed
Yeah.
Palpatine and Anakin. No, I didn't like the Reylo kiss. I thought
Not a
it
fan of
felt
that at all.
forced. I do love how Oscar Isaac and John Boyega are just like, yo, I got my check. Fuck Disney and
Yeah.
all of you.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
John
care.
Boyega's going for
How did
it.
you
Yeah.
feel about the fact that John Boyega told her and the audience that he had something very important to tell her, and then at the end, the movie ends without him ever telling her?
Stupid.
I think, yeah, they said it was cut. I assumed that was him being force sensitive, but I've had many conversations with people like, he's clearly in love with her. I was like, since when?
Well, John Boyega said it wasn't because they were in, he said on Twitter it wasn't because he had, now he's not a writer on the film, so take it with a grain of salt. But say it was that he was force sensitive. Under what context would you say that to the person as you're dying?
Also, why would she need to know? Why her?
It doesn't matter.
Does George Lucas have any involvement with the films anymore? As
No.
far as the
His statement
Career
on
post.
like the Disney versions of Star Wars was something along the lines, it's like I sold my children to slavery. He doesn't feel great about it.
yeah,
I think he's allowed to consult.
I
just
hope they-
like Rey, she was sold for drug money or whatever.
No.
Yeah, no, we think that she was dropped off on the planet because
Yeah.
they didn't want her to figure out she was Palpatine.
Save her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And also drug money.
yeah.
It was a great deal. They did both. No, the
Yeah.
thing that annoyed me the most about that movie that I haven't seen anyone talk about is that the other two films, Poe and BB-8, are buds. You know? BB-8 rolls out and does his beeps, and then Poe's like, hey, buddy, like a dog. And then suddenly in the third movie, BB-8 belongs to Rey.
Yeah, that what I
want-
didn't even think about.
Can
it.
you imagine Spencer just suddenly belongs to me?
No,
Oh.
I'd kill you.
Do you want to hear something else that's wrong with those movies?
Yes.
That's probably going to make it even worse for you. Adam pointed out to me that all the titles are wrong. Well, the first one's fine, Force Awakens, but the second one's called Last Jedi. Doesn't make any sense because there's plenty of Jedis afterwards. And then
true.
the other one's called Rise of Skywalker, except Skywalker's dead.
Also,
So why didn't they call the second one Rise of Skywalker, where Skywalker comes back and makes a difference, and they call the next one Last Jedi, where Rey is the Last Jedi?
well, it's called Rise of Skywalker because Rey just decides to steal the
it doesn't make any
Skywalker
sense.
legacy, I guess, because you can do that, sure. I guess.
You can.
My biggest problem with it, and I know it's Star Wars is far from hard science, but why did they have to go through the Red Nebula to get to the planet when they clearly did a wide shot around it? Like there was space is big. Like they could have just like in the middle, the whole fleet.
Go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Fine.
Excitement is the answer to all questions
Right.
because it gives you the most instantaneous feeling of excitement.
Yeah.
But also, why did they completely eliminate all that lovely, beautiful Rogue One stuff about like the Kyber crystals being super rare and this weapon needed all of them and it was
Great
God
film.
so hard, and then all the Star Destroyers could do the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just passed the technology along.
Why
Like
didn't they
iPhones.
install them with an up flying button to go out of the planet?
We don't,
That's a good question.
every single one of these Star Destroyers has the capability to destroy a planet. They don't know where they're going, or we unfortunately that took up a lot of space. We had to remove all navigation systems. They don't know what they're doing.
Pilots
This is it. And so this is also the first time. And who's built these things? And how long have they been here? And what's the fuck's going on? I don't care because I'm snapping my fingers and you're looking.
They put all their points in strength.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The intelligence is just way down.
Yeah.
Agility, rock bottom.
I hate how there's no stakes at all. Like when Chewie dies, oh yeah, there's another transport. C-3PO, oh, you're gonna erase my memory. That's so sad. Oh, R2 has it. Okay, cool.
They
I
blew
don't
up
care.
that planet and they were like, let's go get them.
Babu Freak was the best thing.
Yeah.
I saw a great meme the other day. It was Baby Yoda on the streets, Babu Freak in the sheets.
Nice.
That's how I want to live my life. Hey, hey! That's what he says.
I saw that was Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, I know. It's
Was it?
nuts. Yeah, it's Moaning Model.
Wow.
Harry Potter does it again. I think that was in the
Everything
pre-show,
copied
but
Harry
yeah.
Potter.
Why didn't they just
A
let
New Hope,
C-3PO
just Harry Potter.
die?
I don't know. Why didn't
Would have been such a good death.
Yeah.
Someone described it as you can play with all the toys, but you have to put them back when you're done. That's kind of how it felt.
Does make
Yeah.
sense.
That's a great analogy.
It was nominated for Best Visual Effects, which I get.
Sure.
It was very pretty.
Yeah.
Best
Very
Original Score, John Williams.
John Williams.
It's Star
Get
Wars,
that
I
too.
guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Best sound editing. Okay, they all make sense.
The
Those are all
sound was
technical.
very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good at all of those things. Yeah. I saw it with my mom and my stepdad, who have not seen any of the films other than A New Hope, and they had a great time.
My friend Doug texted me the other day.
Love it.
And-
Love
Buddy
that
Doug?
guy.
And he said, "What order should I watch the Star Wars movies in?" Because he had never seen any of them. And I was just like,
The order of release, right?
"Yeah, I sent the order."
There is the watch order
Funhaus.
now. Someone did the math and they figured out the watch order where you watch A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then that's the oh no, because that's when all is lost, kind of in the grand arc of things. This is before the new ones were introduced, and then Empire Strikes Back. Then you go back and then you like watch at 2 times speed.
Phantom Menace.
Like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones at 3 times speed, and then Revenge of the Sith, and then Revenge of the Sith. Then you go back to Return of the Jedi, because then it's like, oh no, the bad guys won, and this is the stakes are really big, and then you watch and you see the stakes because it kind of all ties together in that. But I don't care. So,
Have you guys
whatever you
seen
want.
the Clone Wars series from 2003? That if you will,
Some of it.
it's
I've seen bits of it
Some of
too.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
And I think it's generally pretty good. It also
Yeah.
like supposedly
I
fixes
had
the
it
movies.
on DVD as a kid because if you watch, it was a series that came out, but you can watch it all in one thing, and it's just like 2.5 hours, and it's
Oh,
awesome.
no way. I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, no, it's
You-
like 2.5 hours.
Well, this is also confusing because there's
Yeah.
2 things called the Clone Wars. One is
Yeah.
the Samurai Jack guy.
yeah, that's
who-
the one that I'm
who
talking
did
about.
the animated shorts that
Those
all
are-
link together.
I think that's
Those
not
are
what I'm thinking of then.
and
Yeah.
those like have no dialogue and stuff. They're just
Yeah.
like,
The
It's
General
awesome.
Grievous in that animated series was amazing.
It's so cool.
Why
I watched it
did-
again last night.
Why did he turn stupid in the third prequel?
Yeah, that's exactly
And I get it
what
because
love
like
Grievous.
he got his chest squeezed, but he still could have had the personality that he had. But no,
You've clearly never had your chest squeezed. Changes a man.
I got a pretty tough chest. No one's squeezing this.
Chest of steel.
We squeeze Mark's chest. A video.
There we go.
Perfect.
There you go.
There we go. There we
You
go.
got it.
I want to be hooked up to that machine that automatically CPRs you. It's like ties you to a board and it's like this big strap and it just goes.
Breathe
Probably
for you.
no, it's supposed to do CPR so a person
Wow.
doesn't have to do it. It'll break every one of my ribs. Let's do
I
it.
like the idea of someone going like, I refuse. Bring
Yeah.
in the machine.
That's
I
the
will
thing
not.
that they never show in the movies. That it's just like, oh, CPR, you bring someone back to
yeah.
life and they're totally fine. All of your ribs are going to
Yeah,
be broken
they
if you
snap
do
your ribs.
CPR. It
Yeah.
is not a like.
Hey, you can do
painless
it
thing.
for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like and they're not doing anything, but you just gotta keep doing
Yeah.
it. Like,
I love that video that was going around on Twitter of like the kid in school doing CPR on the dummy and then he just slaps in the face of the dummy.
I love it.
So good.
I specifically remember this part of Lost. I was pretty young when it started airing, so I don't remember it that well. But like, I couldn't tell you the characters. But someone is just beating the shit out of the other person's chest, and they actually
Yeah.
do come back to
It's
life.
Jack
It's just,
doing that to Charlie.
and I think he
Yeah.
does come back to life. I was like, that's how that works, right? I could do that.
I mean, that you can just like pound someone's chest and they will maybe come back to life.
You're supposed to do it
Yeah, you
to
can.
the
kill
Bee
'em.
Gees.
No. If they're already dead,
Yeah, maybe they could come back to
it's
life.
like jump starting the heart.
Yeah, you jumpstart
That's
the
a
heart.
thing.
You jumpstart the heart.
Yeah, you
You
take
can
some
if you
jumper
have
cables,
socks
put it on your
on,
nipples.
you can also do your socks on the carpet and then touch their chest, and then that'll bring them back.
This is if you're hitting them, and their ribs break, and then you just punch a bit of bone straight through their heart and lungs. I don't
Did
think
you
they're
go to
gonna-
medical school, Mark? Because I
took
did.
a lot of
12
medical
years
classes.
of it. 12
That's a long time. You were
12
not
years?
good at
I did
medical
my time.
school.
When did you start? That would make you 12 when you that
did
would
you-
make you like
Precordial thump.
That's the thing. Wait,
That's
what?
a good title for our
that's not
video.
it.
Pre-coitus stuff.
Precordial thump.
Oh, well, goodbye.
well.
Oh, is it a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Called
shock it.
precordial thump. Never heard of precordial thump?
Oh, you know
Everybody's
what?
doing it
Egg
these
on
days.
my face.
Mm-hmm.
Take away my degree.
Yeah. You don't have one.
Jokes on them. Don't
Could be anything.
Yeah.
All right. I think that wraps up the show
It's a big grab back
on
here.
Precordial Thump. You guys want to throw to where we can find you at and stuff?
Yeah. You want to go
If
first?
they're watching this before November 14th, 2020, they can find us at Unus Annus.
Yeah, youtube.com/Unus Annus. If you're watching it after, then you can find us at youtube.com/Markiplier game or Crank Gameplays.
You know that your channel, when you put in Crank Gameplays, redirects to Crank Game?
Yep.
Cool.
It's because I remade my channel.
Crank Game.
So if you do youtube.com/user/Crank Gameplays, that'll bring you to my original channel.
Wow.
Started in
Backdoor.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix.
Same with Mark.
There's not really on it. Yeah. Because Mark
mine's
had
just
to remake
Charles,
his
but
channel.
Yeah.
Not very exciting.
Oh, I thought you were on youtube.com/user/Crank Gameplays, and from
Is
over
it
here, I
Charizard?
thought that was the Wu-Tang logo, and I was like, wait a second.
When did I do that? All right, before we wrap up the show, we do have a clip to show you guys from season 2 of Achievement Hunter. Our friends over at Achievement Hunter are making a new show that comes out later this month, I believe.
January 30th.
January 30th. So
Just barely.
check that out, and we will see you guys next time.
What's up, guys?
You got something to say for yourself? Did you see that?
What the hell? You are joking. Show yourself! Are you ready?
Do you know how much ghostly evil we may have just awakened?
It's pretty funny.
It doesn't matter.
It's a good show. It's the same
When I was
show.
in middle school, I had a computer and I had a camcorder that had FireWire, but my computer wasn't strong enough to be able to import the video. So what I would do is I would shoot on the Hi8 camera and then connect it to the VCR, and I'd press record.